overall that it's just much more of a team now? Whereas last season, it just seemed, when you watched Manchester United, and whether that was the lack of leadership from a management perspective, just a load of blokes walking around, whereas now there is a lot more cohesion and everyone seems to know their role a lot better. And when people come in from having not played for a while, they seem to slot back in a lot easier as well.
Erik ten Hag's philosophy is very much about improving the individuals, then we'll improve the team. Obviously, I know Steve McLaren well. Worked with him at Middlesbrough, worked with him at England. As a coach, he's outstanding. Very, very good as a defensive coach as well. Getting players organised, getting them to understand their role. So I think you've got a real good mix in there. You've got an out-and-out disciplinarian and a demanding manager in Erik ten Hag, and will not suffer fools, and will want everything done properly. You've got some good coaches within that. So if you're improving individuals and then you're improving the units, you are, of course. And results help. Of course they do. And when you've got players like Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes and Christian Eriksen creating chances for players, it's a real good mix. But you're right. It seems a lot more of a team ethic, cohesive. Team spirit seems an awful lot better. And whether that's just the Ronaldo factor or not, it's taken a little bit of time to get there, but it certainly looks good for the future.
What seems interesting there, when you talk there about Ten Hag being disciplinarian, and it'd be interesting to see whether you've spoken to Steve about this, but he seems to have really nailed man management, Ten Hag, that there are times, and even in the way he speaks in the media, that last week he did two things. One with Anthony Martial, where he sort of put his arm around him figuratively and said, look, if Rashford's not here, this guy, we play great when he's not. But then on Friday, he said, look, if you can't come into the team and do a job for Manchester United because Varane's injured or Martin is injured, you shouldn't be here, and I'm not interested in excuses. And that balance for a manager must be really important from a player's perspective.
It's just standards, simple as that. What you come in as a manager, and obviously you come in from afar and it's right, okay, these are the non-negotiables. These are the standards I expect. You're on time. If you're not on time, this is the consequence. This is what I expect on the pitch. If you don't run hard enough on the pitch, this is the consequence. We're going to run in training. And you know from the very, very start, and you then have to stick by those. The moment you waver or you bow down to player power or pressure, whatever it might be, the moment the players see a chink in the armour, that little gap in the door, they're in. And they will not allow it to close. And he's been like that. You saw it with Marcus Rashford. For whatever reason, he was late for a team meeting, left him out, brought him on. As simple as that. So the players are, in no uncertain terms, they know exactly where they stand. And players like that. If you don't want to be left out, don't be late. It's not difficult, simple as that. So I think he's worked very, very hard on that side of it. And of course, he will give players confidence. And all players need that. All players love to be loved, love to be told how great they are, how well they're doing. I believe in you, and that's what they need. So, yeah, from a man management point of view, he seems to have a really good mix and got it pretty much spot on.